I wake to lights behind a screen, a sea of faces caught between 1,000 words, 100 hearts, but none of them know who I are. I scroll like prayer through endless noise, each smile a mask, each laugh a ploy. We're tethered tight through glass and wire, but nothing warms this quiet fire.
Wired but alone, in a house that never sleeps. All these pings and tiny tones, but no one hears me weep. We built a world of glowing skies, but left our hands too cold to cry. Wired but alone.
I miss the sound of footsteps near, the gentle pause, the real-time fear. I miss the way a silence speaks when no one talks for endless weeks. I send my thoughts to floating clouds, but all I get are phantom sounds. No echo comes, no heart replies, just digital and distant eyes.
Wired but alone, with signal full and soul so faint. We trade our pain for colored tones and learn to filter every ache. What happened to the mess we shared? Now all is neat and no one spared. Wired
but alone. I want a voice without delay, a shaky hand, a flawed cliche. I want the truth, not perfect scripts, just human breath between the slips. So if you hear this quiet song and feel the world has done you wrong, just know that in the static wave another heart is misbehaved. We're not machines, we're meant to break, to long for more than what we fake. Let's turn it off and light a flame and call each other by real names.
wired but not gone. We still can find the ground beneath the cold, beneath the dawn. A hum of something sound. Let's pull the plug just for tonight and hold what's real in soft light. Not wired, just alive. We're not lost. We just forgot how to be near.
The headlines scream, the sirens howl. Another fire, another road. The cities breathe in dust and fear, and still the morning finds us here. I pour my tea, the water sings. A tiny act, but somehow it clings. The world is breaking wide and wild, but I still wave at every child. There's a little light, it's soft, not bright, but it holds the dark at bay each night. And though I can't fix Every fight, I'll plant some hope and keep it right. Just a little light, but it's mine. I see a man sleep on the street, wrapped in dreams and bitter heat. I drop some coins, I meet his gaze, say be safe in quiet praise. We can't undo the world alone, but we can lift what we are shown. A hand, a word, a seed, a song. Sometimes that's where we all belong. There's a little light, it shakes, it fights, but it dances even out of sight. No need for grand, no need for might, just steady hands to hold it tight. It's a little light, but it shines. They say the dark is closing in, but stars are born from ash and wind. If we all hold our flame, however small, we just might outshine it all. So I will laugh when I can laugh, cry but not forget the path. I'll write a song, I'll mend a seam, I'll feed the earth, I'll keep the dream. For what is hope if not a seed that waits in soil for what it needs? It doesn't shout, it doesn't boast, it simply lives when needed most. There's a little light, it lives in me, and maybe that is how we'll see. Not all the world is lost to grief if we hold fast to small belief. A little light can set us free. A little light, that's all we need. Used to run with burning feet, chasing days I couldn't keep. Eyes on ladders, hands on fire, living someone else's desire. Every post, another mask, smiling through a silent ask. Is this what we were made to be? A perfect storm for all to see. I don't wanna win anymore. Tired of counting every score. Let the world keep spinning loud, I'll lie down beneath the cloud. Not every life has to roar. I don't wanna win anymore. Success came in numbers cold, in stories bought and moments sold, but none of it could hold me still. It only bent my quiet will. I want the dirt beneath my nails, the slowest ships, the softest sails, to build a life not made of show, but something deep and real and slow. I don't wanna win anymore. If winning means I close the door to all the small and tender things, like morning light or robin wings, I'd rather lose and feel it soar than win and not know what it's for. Let them cheer, let them climb, I'll sit here and take my time. There's a world in stillness too, and dreams that bloom beyond the view. I want to love with all I've got, even if it's not a lot. I want to fail with open hands and make no plans the world demands. So if you see me on the floor, don't lift me up to race once more. Just sit with me, breathe in the air, and maybe we'll start over there. I don't wanna win anymore. I just wanna live before this life becomes a checkered flag, waving over dreams I never had. Let me lose, but feel the core. I don't want to win anymore. I just wanna live before. I don't wanna win, I just wanna live before. I don't want to win, I just wanna live before. I don't want to win, I just wanna live before. I don't need the tallest towers or calendars that steal my hours. I'd trade the race for open skies and learn to rest without disguise. They say to climb, they say to win, but I just wanna breathe again. To walk where no one keeps the score and knock on slow and quieter doors. I want a softer way to live, where kindness is the thing we give, where silence isn't something wrong and time moves more like a song. No goal to chase, no mask to wear, just being here and being fair. The world keeps shouting from the screen of all the things I should have been, but I would rather plant a tree and sit beside it patiently. There's power in the gentlest touch, in knowing little can mean much. I'll count the stars instead of views and let the night rewrite my news. I want a softer way to live, where we forgive and we outgive, where hearts aren't priced like they're for sale, and every loss leaves room to heal. No sharp applause, no need to prove, just space enough to simply move. If you're tired of the run, of chasing light that blinds like sun, come with me and we'll begin to find the peace beneath the din. We'll build a life of little things, like coffee cups and songs to sing. We'll write our names on no award, but feel each moment's full reward. And when they ask where we have gone, we'll smile and say we carried on. Not loud, not grand, not hard to see, just gently where we chose to be. We found a softer way to live, with all we had and more to give. No need to win, no fear to fall. We had enough, we had it all. The world still spins, but we forgive, and we are free in how we live. A softer way is still a way. The lights all flicker, screens all glow. The clock commands which way to go. They say be faster, always more, but I'm not sure what all this for. I miss the sound of wooden floors, the rustle through the open doors. Not traffic hums or plastic skies, but trees that bend and children's cries. I wasn't made for this machine, with metal hearts and dopamine. I want a world that breathes and sighs, not one that scrolls and quantifies. Let me be slow, let me be seen. I wasn't made for this machine. They count our steps, our words, our days. They track our sleep, our joy, our praise. But who will count the dreams we lost, the quiet soul we sold for cost? I used to write with ink and hand, now thumbs just type what bots demand. But still my heart resists the code. It wants a fire, a dirt road. I wasn't made for this machine, with endless noise and endless screen. I long for silence, cracked and wide, a place where I don't have to hide. Let me be still, let me be green. I wasn't made for this machine. So take me where the shadows stay, where stars still whisper soft and gray, where I can breathe, where I can grieve, and not be told what to believe. I'll trade the rush for morning dew, the crowded lifts for mountain view. I'm not escaping, just unspun. I want a life that's not outrun. And maybe you feel just the same, a silent ache you cannot name. Come walk with me, let's lose the pace and find again our quiet place. We weren't made for this machine. Our roots run deeper, soft, unseen. We're bones and breath, not gears and steel. We need to cry, to break, to feel. Let's build a world where hearts can lean. We weren't made for this machine. Let's shut it down and start to dream. I wake to light, but behind the shade, another quiet silver day. The kettle hums, the sparrows sing, but none of it still means a thing. I brush my teeth, I count the time. The coffee cools by 9:30, and though the world still spins the same, it feels like I forgot my name. Where did the colors go? Where did the fire flow? I used to feel the sky so wide. Now I just walk and try to hide, but I still hope beyond the haze there's something more. A life that waits. The streets are filled with vacant eyes, each chasing things they've memorized. We talk a work of plans of meals, but none of it is what we feel. I miss the nights I laughed too loud, got lost beneath a starless cloud. Now all is neat and orderly, but none of it feels real to me. Where did the wonder go? Why do the soft winds blow and leave me numb inside my chest? A heartbeat trapped beneath my vest. Still I believe those silence ways there's something more. A life that stays. Maybe it's not grand or bold, not something bought or something told. Maybe it's found in dirt and rain, and holding hands despite the pain. So I will rise and take the street with weary bones and heavy feet. And if the wind should brush my skin, I'll let it stir the fire within. One day I'll smile and not pretend, feel joy that doesn't need to end. And when it comes, I'll know the sound of life returning underground. Where did the colors hide? They're waiting right outside. And though my days still move so slow, I'll plant my seeds and let them grow. I may not run, but still I stay to walk toward that life someday. A life that waits. I'll meet it halfway. Drew a map when I was young, with stars to chase and songs to sing. The lines were clean, the arrows true, but nowhere led me back to you. I walked the roads they told me take. I planted seeds I didn't break, but flowers bloomed where I stood still, not in the fields I climbed with will. Maps don't always help, my friend. Sometimes they lie or just pretend. You follow lines and chase the signs, but lose yourself between the lines. What if the path we're meant to know is one that's found by letting go? I pack my days with ticking clocks, with goals and lists and broken talks. Each step was planned, each moment earned, but none of them gave what I yearned. I saw the mountain tops ahead, but found no joy when I had led. For in the climb I lost the grace of sitting still in one safe place. Maps don't always help, they say. Some journeys bloom when we just stay. And all the turns we thought were wrong might be the chords to our true song. Not every trail needs to be clear. Some truths are whispered, not too near. I tore my map one rainy night and walked beneath the silver light. No plan, no guide, no sacred text, just trust in what would happen next. And there I found a stranger's smile that felt like home for a while. I found a tree that knew my name and rivers that forgave my shame. The world is wide, the road is long, but maybe I was never wrong. I just was lost, the way we all must lose our way before we call. Maps don't always help at all, but getting lost can break the wall. And in the dark, without the plan, you learn to walk just like you stand. So here I am, no map in hand, still breathing deep, still trying to understand. Somewhere between the wrong and right, I found myself beneath the night. I drew a map when I was young, with stars to chase and songs to sing. The lines were clean, the arrows true, but nowhere led me back to you. I walked the roads they told me take. I planted seeds I didn't break, but flowers bloomed where I stood still, not in the fields I climbed with will. Maps don't always help, my friend. Sometimes they lie or just pretend. You follow lines and chase the signs, but lose yourself between the lines. What if the path we're meant to know is one that's found by letting go? I packed my days with ticking clocks, with goals and lists and broken talks. Each step was planned, each moment earned, but none of them gave what I yearned. I saw the mountain tops ahead, but but found no joy when I had led. For in the climb I lost the grace of sitting still in one safe place. Maps don't always help, they say. Some journeys bloom when we just stay, and all the turns we thought were wrong might be the chords to our true song. Not every trail needs to be clear. Some truths are whispered, not too near. I tore my map one rainy night and walked beneath the silver light. No plan, no guide, no sacred text, just trust in what would happen next. And there I found a stranger's smile that felt like home if for a while. I found a tree that knew my name and rivers that forgave my shame. The world is wide, the road is long, but maybe I was never wrong. I just was lost the way we all must lose our way before we call. Maps don't always help at all, but getting lost can break the wall. And in the dark, without the plan, you learn to walk just like you stand. So here I am, no map in hand, still breathing deep, still trying to understand. Somewhere between the wrong and right, I found myself beneath the night. I stare at skies with empty eyes, waiting for the where and why. They say there's meaning in the grind, but I keep losing what I find. Every task a box to tick, another day that came and slipped. I used to laugh just 'cause I could. Now I ask myself if I should. But not everything has to make sense. Not every wall needs a defense. Sometimes the wind just sings for no one. Sometimes the tears just fall and go on. If I don't bloom like they expect, can I still be whole? Just imperfect. I see the world through filtered screens where joy is staged and pain is clean. We measure worth in clicks and shares, but no one asks how much we care. I walk alone most days, it's true, but solitude has shown me who I used to be when I was small, before I feared the rise and fall. 'Cause not everything has to make sense. Some truths are quiet, soft, immense. Like how a hug can say I see you, or silence mean I won't leave you. If I just breathe and don't pretend, could that be love I'm learning then? I'm tired of fixing what's not broken, of proving every word I've spoken. I just want space to feel, to mend. start without an end. So let me sit with honest questions. Let me drift through failed directions. Maybe peace is not a prize, but choosing soft over disguise. And if you're lost like I have been, let the song be your small wind to guide you where you least expect, where broken hearts don't need regret. 'Cause not everything has to make sense. Some roads are meant for wandering steps. We're not machines made to be sure. We're songs still writing down the score. And if I fade or just begin, that's still a life that still counts in. That's still a life that still counts in. I've run from town to busy town in borrowed coats and hand-me-downs. Each place I thought would let me rest just gave me more to chase, no less. The signs all pointed to begin, but every start felt paper thin. The louder I became each day, the more I lost along the way. And I'm going nowhere fast, through moments that don't seem to last. Everyone's in such a rush, but I just want the world to hush. I'm not afraid of coming last. I'm just tired of nowhere fast. The phones all buzz, the trains all scream. We're chasing things we never need. I met a man who once was free, now tied to clocks and gravity. I used to dream of something more, but dreams feel sold inside a store. What if enough was standing still and breathing deep beneath the hill? 'Cause I'm going nowhere fast, through days that blur and nights that pass. They build their towers made of glass, while I lay low in meadow grass. It's not the future I hold fast, but quiet now, not nowhere fast. Let them run, let them shine, let them chase their finish line. I'll be here where rivers bend, with no start and with no end. If you feel lost, if you feel small, if you don't hear your name at all, know this road I walk is wide, and there's still room by my side. We'll hum a tune the world forgot, no status claim, no gold was sought, just peace that flows like summer rain, and hands that hold without a chain. So if you're going nowhere fast, and wondering how long that will last, come slow it down, just breathe, just stay. We'll watch the wild reclaim the day. There's beauty in a life outcast, not lost, just free from nowhere fast. Nowhere fast. brings home at last. I walk these streets with steady shoes, but every turn I seem to lose. The world is fast, I feel so slow, like autumn leaves beneath the snow. I smile at strangers passing by, but none of them will meet my eye. We're all just ghosts in silent lines, pretending we're not lost in time. I'm searching for a quiet space, a softer voice, a slower pace, where no one asks me to be strong, just somewhere small I might belong. Not made for wars or flashing lights, but for the hush of honest nights. I try to shine, I try to chase, to win the game, to earn a place, but every time I reach the crown, the weight just pulled me further down. So now I walk with empty hands, no banners raised, no big demands, just aching feet and songs half sung, a heart still bruised but not yet done. I'm longing for a field of green, a place untouched by silver screens, where I can breathe, where I can bend without the need to just pretend. A corner of this world so wide, where I don't have to run or hide. Maybe it's not a place at all, but just a voice that hears me fall, a hand that holds and doesn't let, even when my soul forgets. So if you felt this quiet ache, this trembling ground, this slight heartbreak, know someone else is walking too, through crowded towns with skies of blue. We may not know just where we're bound, but maybe truth is never found. Maybe it's made with every song we hum alone but sing along. I'm hoping for a resting shore, where I'm not asked to be much more, where breathing slow is not so wrong, and silence sings where I belong. Not perfect, loud, or always right, just safe within the softer light. I'll keep walking through the noise and neon dawn, until I find somewhere I belong. The headlines scream, the sirens moan, but I just sit beside the phone. I check the time, it doesn't change. Or maybe I'm the one that's strange. The world moves on in neon blur, while I still chase the way things were. 1,000 plans, 100 fears, and I'm still here. Through through all the years. Still here somehow, though days erase me, though silence tends to rearrange me. I breathe like dust beneath the light, unseen by day, awake at night. The world may spin and not allow, but I'm still here somehow.
I see my friends become their names in bios, posts, and money games. We talk in memes, we text in doubt. We learn to live by tuning out. And all the dreams we used to draw got shelved behind what pays the law. I'm not sure where the soul fits in when life becomes a race to win.
Still here somehow, though time forgets me, though joy feels like a distant memory. I hum a tune no one can hear, a lullaby to calm the fear. I don't know why or even how, but I'm still here somehow. They told me grow, they meant obey. They said be strong but looked away. But in the cracks where no one sees, I plant small roots beneath my knees.
I water them with sleepless nights, with whispered hopes, with softer fights. And though they bloom without a crowd, they bloom for me, and that's allowed.
So if you find yourself alone in spaces vast and overgrown, just know that someone made it through, and maybe that someone was you. Still here somehow through all the breaking, still holding on though quietly shaking. No medals won, no flags to wave, but still a heart I chose to save. And that is something here and now. I'm still here, still here somehow. Lights are on in empty rooms. I whisper hope to fading moons. The coffee's cold, the night is still. I tell myself I always will. The world moves on without a pause, and I am left to count the loss. They speak of strength like it's a song, but mine is quiet, worn and long. Still holding on, though the thread is thin, though all the good feels tucked within. I've lost some dreams along the way, but something makes me try each day. I don't have much, but I have this, the ache that lives beneath the wish.
I see them smile through perfect screens, with filtered lives and polished scenes. And I, a mess of breath and doubt, still wonder what this heart's about. They chase the stars with practiced pace. I chase the stillness, not the race. I've learned to find a kind of grace in breaking slow, not saving face.
Still holding on, though the wind is rough, though nights are long and words are tough. I don't know where this road will bend, or if the hurt will ever end.
But even if the flame grows dim, I'll light from the quiet hymn. There's beauty in not knowing how to smile, but choosing to somehow
to feel the weight and still remain, to stand again inside the rain. So here I am, both worn and wild, a broken heart, a hopeful child. I may not shine like others do, but I still love, and that is true. And if you feel like letting go, just know I've been there, yes I know. Come sit with me, we'll hum a song, the kind for those still holding on, not out of pride, because I've seen what breaks inside. And even in the weakest breath, there's something left that's stronger yet. So here I stay, though far I've gone, a soul that's worn, but still holds on. Still here, still holding on. Used to meet at 1:15, when skies were pink and traffic passed. We'd share a song, a joke, a bite, and talk until the fading light. You knew the thoughts I couldn't say, you read my heart in quiet ways. But seasons shift and people grow, and some goodbyes we never know. You're the friend I still carry, though the days have made us stray. I still see you in the sunset, hear your laughter in the rain. Even if we never speak, you're the roots beneath my feet, the friend I still carry through every street. I saw a scarf like one you wore, hung by the thrift shop's weathered door. And for a moment time stood still, I swear I felt you with me still. I wondered where you go at night. Do city lights still feel like flight? Do you still hum that song we knew when the world was kind and new? You're the friend I still carry, like a poem soft and warm. You're the whisper in my morning, the silence I adorn. Though the miles stretch us wide, you still live in me inside, the friend I still carry, though time divides. And if we cross paths down the line, I hope your soul feels light like mine. I'll smile and say it's been too long, and maybe you'll recall our song. So here's a toast in quiet air, to love that stays though no one's there. Not every bond is meant to last, but some remain though years have passed. I'll keep you safe in parts unknown, in every dream I walk alone. And if you ever think of me, know that I kept you tenderly. You're the friend I still carry through the dusk and morning dew. Though the chapters turn without us, I still turn to page with you. You're a name I never lose, not by time or change of views. The friend I still carry and always choose. You're the friend I still carry, even when I walk alone. I scroll until my eyes go dry, chasing echoes in the sky. Faces smiling, filtered bright, but none of them feel real tonight. 100 hearts, a dozen likes, still no one calls to ask if I'm alright. I post a thought, then take it down, afraid to seem too lost, too loud. Where is the light behind the screen? Where are the souls in all these streams? I'm reaching out in silent code, but every touch just fades to cold. We're closer now than we have been, but I have never felt so dim.
Glows bright at 2 a.m. Another meme, another friend, but no one sees the way I stare. The empty bed, the midnight air. I miss the weight of quiet eyes, a voice that hums, a breath that sighs. This instant world is fast and wide, yet no one knows the tears I hide.
Where is the truth in all this shine? Where do I draw the real from line? I trade my time for endless feeds, but none of them can meet my needs. I'm here but drifting in between, the light behind this haunted screen.
Maybe one day we'll unplug and meet beneath the stars we shrug, and maybe then we'll learn to say I'm here in more than just a name.
So now I breathe and close my eyes, let silence be my lullaby. I'll walk outside and feel the breeze, forget the need for hearts and keys, and maybe someone walking too will glance and nod and just say you. Not in a story, not online, but here and now in flesh and time. There is a light beyond the screen, a human face, awake in dream. And when I find it, I will stay, no more retreating far away. Until then, I'll still believe there's something more than what we see. There's life beyond the screen-lit glow. There's a cabin in my memory by a lake beneath an old pine tree, where time moved like a drifting leaf and quiet came like sweet relief. I traded it for crowded trains, deadlines, noise and window panes, but some nights when the city's loud, I miss that place beneath the clouds. I left behind a softer way of ending nights and starting days, where stars were more than ceiling lights and silence didn't feel like fright. I wanna find what I can't buy, the life I left when I learned to try. There were hands that held without a phone, and voices warm, not typed or known. Laughter echoing through the trees, not digitized in memories. Now every moment shared and stored, but few are really felt or poured. We say so much and miss the core. I used to listen, now I scroll more. I left behind a world so wide for walls that fit my digital pride. But now my soul begins to yearn for paths where nothing needs to turn. I miss the wind, the dirt, the sky, the light I left when I learned to try it. But to begin, to see the sun, to feel the rain, to hold the joy and not the gain. It's not too late to plant a seed, to grow a life with what I need. A firelight, a wooden chair, a place where I can just be there. So come with me if you feel tired of chasing things we never wired. We'll walk until we start to see the life we lost still waits for free. We left behind a deeper song, but it's been humming all along. And in the hush of evening light, we'll learn to trade the fast for right. No more to chase, no need to lie. We'll choose again what we left behind. The life I left behind. I left the town at break of day. The sun rose slow on skies of gray. No final words, no last goodbyes, just restless steps and open skies. The road was dust, the trees were tall, and in the wind I heard a call. Not loud or clear, but soft and wide, a whisper I could never hide. I'm heading to the quiet beyond, where names don't matter, only song, where no one asks what you've become, just listens when the silence hums. I don't know if I will be long, but still I go. The quiet beyond. The city spoke in neon lights, but never slept through honest nights. And every voice, though sweet and bright, felt hollow when I turned from sight. They told me joy was found in more, in faster clocks, in brighter stores. But joy, I think, is something still that waits behind the final hill I'm heading to. The quiet beyond, where stories end, but peace is fond, where all I've carried fades like rain, and only truth and breath remain. No need for crowns, no need for a bond, just soul and sky. The quiet beyond. Maybe there's no finish line, no golden fire, no perfect sign. But if I find a place to rest that feels like home inside my chest, that's enough. So if you see me down the trail with weathered boots and skin grown pale, don't call me lost, don't say I strayed. I chose the quiet over praise. I'll build a fire small and low and sit where ancient rivers flow. And maybe then, if stars align, this restless heart will say I'm fine. I've gone into the quiet beyond, where echoes live and fears abscond. No trophies left, no need to run, just breathing slow beneath the sun. Not searching now, just moving on, at peace at last. In the quiet beyond. In the quiet I belong. I've walked through towns with glowing lights, stayed up beneath 1,000 nights. I've heard the laughter through the walls, but none of it was mine to call. I've seen the coast, I've climbed the hills, I've chased the wind and stood too still. But something in me still remains, a hunger I can't quite explain. I'm looking for a place to be, where someone says you're safe with me. Not made of stone or map or name, but somewhere I can rest my flame. The road is long and I still roam, but someday I'll find the road that leads me home. I've held a hand and let it go, afraid to stay, afraid to grow. I've whispered dreams to empty skies and watched them fade like fireflies. But even when the nights feel cold, I carry hope like threads of gold. It weaves through songs I softly hum, a promise that my time will come. I'm looking for a place to fall, where walls don't echo when I call. A bed that waits, a steady flame, a voice that knows me by my name. The path is worn, but I still roam, still chasing down the road that leads me home. And if I never find that door, I'll keep on walking more and more. For sometimes home is just a sound, a feeling when no one's around. So if you see me passing through with heavy steps and worn out shoes, just know I carry something bright, a compass lit by softer light. And maybe home's not far but near, not found in miles, but who draws near? Maybe it's you or maybe me, becoming who we're meant to be. I'm learning that a place to rest is less about the roof or west. It's where I'm loved, it's where I give, it's where I finally choose to live. The road is slow and I still roam, but now I know I am the road that leads me home. I carry it as I go. I've walked through towns with glowing lights, Stayed up beneath 1,000 nights. I've heard the laughter through the walls, but none of it was mine to call. I've seen the coast, I've climbed the hills, I've chased the wind and stood too still, but something in me still remains, a hunger I can't quite explain. I'm looking for a place to be, where someone says you're safe with me. Not made of stone or map or name, but somewhere I can rest my flame. The road is long and I still roam, but someday I'll find the road that leads me home. I've held a hand and let it go, afraid to stay, afraid to grow. I've whispered dreams to empty skies and watched them fade like fireflies. But even when the nights feel cold, I carry hope like threads of gold. It weaves through songs I softly hum, a promise that my time will come. I'm looking for a place to fall, where walls don't echo when I call. A bed that waits, a steady flame, a voice that knows me by my name. The path is worn but I still roam, still chasing down the road that leads me home. And if I never find that door, I'll keep on walking more and more. For sometimes home is just a sound, a feeling when no one's around. So if you see me passing through, with heavy steps and worn out shoes, just know I carry something bright, a compass lit by softer light. And maybe home's not far but near, not found in miles but who draws near. Maybe it's you or maybe me becoming who we're meant to be. I'm learning that a place to rest is less about the roof or west. It's where I'm loved, it's where I give, it's where I finally choose to live. The road is slow and I still roam, but now I know I am the road that leads me home. Home, I carry it as I go. There was a time when silence spoke and laughter rose like chimney smoke. The nights were long but never cold, the stars were near the fire roll. We didn't have a lot to show, but every day had time to grow. No rushing cars, no glowing screens, just window light and humble dreams.
I miss the way things used to be, when time moved like a quiet tree, when letters came with shaky hands, and love was not just quick demands. Now everything is fast and loud, but I still sing beneath the clouds.
My mother's songs, my father's chair, the creaking floor, the mountain air. A friend who knew my every fear, and state those storms would reappear. We talk for hours without a phone, our voices soft, our hearts full grown. The nights were deep, the words were few, but every glance felt warm and true.
I miss the way things used to feel, when pain was real and joy was real. Before we learned to edit tears and wear a smile to mask our fears. When breaking down was not a flaw, but just a part of what we saw.
Maybe it's gone, maybe it's done, but I still chase the setting sun. Not to go back, but just to find a little piece I left behind. And if you feel the way I do, like modern days don't carry truth, then sit with me and hum along. We'll build a world with just this song, a world where quiet still has worth, where stories rise from honest dirt. We can't return, but we can learn to let the past like fire burn. I miss the way things used to be, but maybe they still live in me, in how I hold a hand, a gaze, in how I walk the slower ways. The world will spin and still move on, but some old songs are never gone, the way things were, still living the way we love. Coffee's cold, the day's too loud, my thoughts are lost beneath the crowd. Another morning, heavy eyes, another smile that wears disguise. I read the news, I scroll, I stare, but nothing's real and no one's there. They say to rise, to dream, to run, but I can't chase a broken sun. I'm tired, but I'm not gone, still breathing through the breaking dawn. I may be bruised, I may be slow, but something in me won't let go. The world is burning fast and wide, but I've still got this flame inside. Build their towers out of steel, then ask us all to learn to kneel. We trade our hours, hearts and sleep for promises we never keep. I talk to friends through flashing screens, we laugh in gifs, we cry in memes, but underneath the filtered glow, we all just want a place to go. I'm tired, but I'm not through, still walking in these weathered shoes. Some nights I break, some days I crawl, but I've not vanished after all. I whisper truth when I can't scream, and hold on tight to quiet dreams. Rest is not defeat, and slowing down can be complete. To sit, to breathe, to not perform is how the gentlest hearts stay warm. So if you're aching like I do, if life feels far too much for you, let's take a walk, just you and me, beyond the noise, beyond the speed. We'll find a hill where grasses sway and let the world just drift away. No plans to fix, no need to win, just space to let the truth begin. We're tired, but we're still here, still singing through the doubt and fear. And though the night feels far too long, together we can hum a song. Not loud, not bright, not brave or bold, but warm enough to still hold on. I'm tired, but I'm not gone.